For this Bantamweight championship fight. So these fighters are just a year apart with similar height and some differences in reach. At this division. Oh! He's out!
Beautiful strike here to end the fight early in the first.
Yeah, Joe, we're just getting going, and there's the end of the fight. So it's a win by first-round knockout, near perfect on the technique. I'm not even sure his opponent saw that thing coming, and really, before his opponent had a chance to get in the fight at all and land anything in terms of a significant strike, he was knocked out.
Hey everyone, I'm Megan O'Leary, and here's what you need to know for your UFC Minute. To reach the masses in this day and age, it's not enough just to win fights. Today, a UFC competitor has to put on dominant and exciting performances. And that's just what this charismatic rising star has been doing. As a result, this fighter has been piling up followers on social media, with each victory adding more and more fans to his bandwagon. I'm Megan O'Leary, and this is your UFC Minute. As a fighter's wins begin to add up, the pressure to maintain momentum becomes a major factor. Every fighter who competes in the octagon will tell you that he will take a win by any means possible. But as one of the UFC's top strikers, this Bantamweight star is taking the judges out of the equation, as he has used fist and feet to finish each of his opponents during his winning streak by way of spectacular knockout.
Tail of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. So 2 years, the gap in age, some differences in height and reach. Possible fight. There, the defense is holding up. And he... Oh!
Yes.
Oh! Oh, he might be out.
That was really bumpy. Nice leg kick. Beautiful shot to end the fight here. Outstanding knockout.
Well, Joe, you knew if he landed that weapon repeatedly, it could be a short night for his opponent, but that was just one perfectly placed strike that his opponent candidly didn't even see coming. It landed flush, and the rest, as they say, is history. Big knockout win for him here tonight. Now our tail of the tape for this Bantamweight championship fight. 2 years apart, these two fighters, with similar height and some differences in reach. UFC Bantamweight.
Oh, he's out.
He's out!
Oh, he's out cold. Beautiful knockout here early in the first.
Yeah, Joe, near perfect technique to land that seminal blow to finish the fight here in round one. And that's exactly the way a fighter draws it up. You don't absorb anything in terms of significant damage, and then you're able to knock your opponent out. So this is exactly the desired result for him here tonight.
Some paths must eventually cross. And as two of the greatest fighters in the UFC kept dominating their opposition, it was inevitable that this moment would come. When the octagon door closes for tonight's super fight, the talk will be over, and the entire sports world will come to a halt. This is no ordinary fight. It's a battle between two champions, willing to put their own divisional crowns on the line to prove themselves worthy to be on top. And when the dust settles, there can only be one winner. A king with two crowns.
Tail of the tape for this featherweight championship fight. 4 years apart, some differences in height and reach as well. To get us started with the official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Featherweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding professional record of 23 wins, no losses. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds, fighting out of Los Angeles, California, presenting the challenger, Bruce the Dragon Lee. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a boxer, holding a professional record of 27 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds, fighting out of Waianae, Hawaii, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, Max Bless Holloway.
UFC belt on the line. Protect yourself at all time. Obey my command at all time. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Go back to your corner.
They touch gloves, and we are underway.
You ready? You ready?
All right, here we go. It doesn't get much bigger than the featherweight championship. Tension in the building here. Task at hand as he tries two-division UFC. The super fight he asked. Let's see what he can do with the opportunity.
And big,
Back to the feet.
big shot to those. He's hurt to the bottom.
And just like that, the fight is over.
Beautiful strike here to end the fight early in the first.
Well, Joe, we've talked a lot about his technique and how technical a striker he is, and that was really the shot heard around the world to get the finish here in the first round. Again, maybe he caught the guy cold a little bit. He didn't have a chance to warm up, but that is a huge result for him here tonight, and on the other side, he didn't take much damage. So, big, big win for him here tonight.
Let's see it one more time.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 3 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout and new undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, Bruce the Dragon Lee.
Well, you can add his name to the list of the greatest fighters in UFC history, a future Hall of Famer as he becomes a two-division UFC champion here tonight. Some suggested maybe he was biting off more than he can chew. The naysayers are eating crow right now. You are staring at a two-division UFC champion. Our most sincere congratulations.
I'm Megan O'Leary, and this is your UFC Minute. Remember when we were telling you that you shouldn't miss this past weekend's monumental super fight? I hate to be that person, but we told you so. The fans were buzzing, the world was watching, and the Honda Center in Anaheim, California was at capacity last weekend when the UFC Bantamweight champion challenged the featherweight title holder in an epic super fight. When it was over, he had silenced the critics and made history as one of only a handful of fighters to become a world champion in 2 weight classes.
The tape for this featherweight championship fight. So a more than 5-year gap between these two fighters when it comes to the age, with similar height and reach.
Here we go. First one. You ready? You ready?
All right, here we go. It doesn't get much bigger than this. 5 rounds if needed for the UFC. And just like that, the fight is over.
Beautiful knockout here early in the first.
Yeah, Joe, that was the perfect shot right there. We didn't even get a feeling out process here tonight, and we say it all the time. Sometimes when you catch a guy cold before he's had a chance to get going in the fight, it can have a bigger effect. It certainly had a huge impact here tonight as he gets the win by first round KO.
Check it out again.
Boom. Knockout, no judges
Greatness
needed.
is a
said,
feat
"I've gotta come out and
chased
finish
by
this guy.
many,
I want to
but
send a
achieved
message
by
to
few
any other
in the UFC.
145-pound contenders
To
that
get
it's gonna
there,
take
it
their
takes
best
more
night,
than
and even
talent
then,
and skill.
They might not be able to
To
knock
be
me off
great,
the perch.
it also
The
takes heart,
celebration is on
determination,
for the UFC
the
featherweight
willingness to fight the best, and the ability to beat them.
He's a legend, a big staple in the sport, and a pioneer in MMA.
Over the course of his UFC career, this fighter has done that and more, taking the sport to a new level in the process.
He's been a world champion in multiple weight classes. He's made a ton of money, and he's achieved everything he'd ever wanted.
There is no question that he is the greatest of all time.
Tail of the tape for this featherweight championship fight. So these fighters are just a year apart, and they both possess the same height and a similar reach. All right.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Scheduled for 5 rounds if need be. All right, so here he is, the reigning UFC champion out of the many of you remember.
A leg kick.
And now, whoa! And now, whoa! With that right hand. Yep, not a ton behind.
Oh, he tagged a big shot to the liver. He's stunned. Oh, very nice. Huge kicks.
Go. How about that shit?
He's got the Muay Thai.
The left hook hits home. Lee's shot, beautifully timed and placed kick there. Oh!
Nice leg kick. Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt. Oh, he hurt him bad. Oh, that's it. Wow. 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 Landed a hard kick for the knockout.
Yeah, Joe, this fight was over as soon as that kick made contact, and you want to credit the offense and not denigrate the defense, but he did not get the guard up, and against this type of striker, you are absolutely playing with poison. So a near-perfect kick spells the end of this one here tonight. Bringing the tail of the tape for this featherweight championship fight. 3 years apart, with some differences in height and a similar reach. All right, so here we go with round 1 of this UFC featherweight championship. Look at that.
Incredible! Just absolutely incredible! Great job in establishing that submission.
Yeah, Joe, that was quick, but can't say that we're all that surprised with this result here tonight. He said he didn't want to waste a lot of time. He wanted to be efficient, knew he wanted to get this fight to the ground, and let his submission skills take over. Outstanding effort, even better technique here tonight. The tape for this featherweight championship fight. More than 5 years apart, with similar height and some differences in reach.
All right, you ready? You ready? Let's go.
Scheduled for 5 rounds if need be. All right, he won his last fight by submission. Now, whoa! Oh, he might be out.
Misses a huge hook to the head.
Oh! He's out.
He's out. He's out. Beautiful knockout here early in the first.
Yeah, Joe, we're just getting going, and there's the end of the fight. So it's a win by first-round knockout. Near perfect on the technique. I'm not even sure his opponent saw that thing coming. And really, before his opponent had a chance to get in the fight at all and land anything in terms of a significant strike, he was knocked out. Our tail of the tape for this featherweight championship fight. So a more than 5-year gap between these two fighters when it comes to the age, with similar height and reach. Doesn't get much bigger than this. 5 rounds if needed for the championship of the world. Was for him the last knockout.
Oh, he's hurt.
Nice liver juice.
Man. Oh! Beautiful knockout here early in the first.
Yeah, Yeah, Joe, that was the perfect shot right there. We didn't even get a feeling out process here tonight, and we say it all the time. Sometimes when you catch a guy cold before he's had a chance to get going in the fight, it can have a bigger effect. It certainly had a huge impact here tonight as he gets the win by first-round KO. Of the tape for this featherweight championship fight. 3 years apart with similar height and reach. UFC featherweight title does not get any bigger than this. Defending undisputed UFC out of the red corner. Many of you remember his title won it by knockout.
Wow! Back up to his feet.
This big spot here.
Oh! Bad. Wow!
Oh, big left hook. Wow! He's out!
Beautiful strike here to end the fight early in the first.
Yeah, Joe, near perfect technique to land that seminal blow to finish the fight here in round one. And that's exactly the way a fighter draws it up. You don't absorb anything in terms of significant damage, and then you're able to knock your opponent out. So this is exactly the desired result for him here tonight.
Let's look at that from another angle. Check it out again. Ba-boom!